Ahoy there, mateys. I'll be your captain, Mike D57S, from the SS YouTube. I have just set sail on me ship recently, all the way to me local hobby store, where I managed to pick up me treasure chest filled with all those fancy jewels. Rubies, emeralds, gold, and all that other fancy crap. But not only that, I also managed to find in the chest a Bachmann Salty. Yeah, that's right, you guys. Bachmann Salty is my next review. I am so glad I finally got him. And on my birthday, too, yeah. It's true. I actually did manage to pick him up on my birthday. Happy birthday to moi. Yeah, and I had some very good caramel cake. Yeah. By the way, I gotta say, that was a pretty clever introduction, if I do say so myself. Well, enough of that, though. So yeah, I'm so glad I finally got him on my birthday, along with some other models I got, minus last year. But yeah, before we get into this review, something I want to point out is that I am dedicating this to two users that I've known, which is Bluecoatscheesypoofs and Danthe25Man. Yeah, I'm dedicating this to them because those guys are just great, you know, YouTubers out there. I mean, they make really fantastic videos on, you know, layout updates, video tutorials, and reviews on models and stuff. Yeah, like Bluecoats or Matt, of course, is probably the best expert out there on British railways that I've ever known. Like, seriously, you name a, like, locomotive on British railways, like, he's got the answer to it. Like, he's an expert on, like, engines from British railways, and different railways there, and rolling stock, events, you name it, he's got it. Like, he's the best British railways expert I know. And also, Danthe25Man, of course, his name is obviously Dan, as if you didn't figure that out already. Like, does pretty much the same thing, well, except, like, you know, with Tom's models mostly. And of course, these guys work together and have made really good Thomas remakes and stuff. And both their layouts are incredible, I gotta say. And their remakes, like I said, are just super. Like, they're fantastic and very close to, you know, the actual episode it's based off of. So, thumbs up to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this review. And, yes, so here we are, Bachmann Salty. And of course, yeah, sorry for the wait, since we're talking about a Thomas character, of course, my opinions, you've all heard me say, you know, that I like every character from seasons 1 to 7, and of course, there's a few, you know, characters I could tolerate from the railway series and TV series, blah, 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 yeah. And Salty is one of those characters. He's very unique, as, you know, how he's, you know, like a trained version of, you know, a retired sea captain or a pirate. Though, to be honest, now that I think about it, this is the kind of trait you'd expect from, oh, I don't know, a boat? But still, like, he's still a really likable character. Like, you know, he's got these, you know, like, really, you know, good stories and stuff, and, like, is very, you know, spectacular with that pirate accent of his. I really enjoy Alec Baldwin's impression of him, also along with Stepney's. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. And, yeah, like, he's really that enjoyable. Like, I like how we actually do have a pirate-related character in Thomas, and when he was first introduced, I was surprised that they actually do have that kind of character. And, yeah. So, Salty is a really likable character, and I'm so glad, you know, he's in the series, and he's even had a few of his own episodes for such a long time. I really did enjoy Away from the Sea, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Like, he's really that enjoyable. I don't know if I should continue with these whole character opinion, you know, crap. Yeah. Because that could take a little longer. So, enough said, let's just get to the actual model of one of my favorite characters, who I think is one of the best characters in the Thomas series. So let's dive into this, me hearties. Alright. Anyways, as we of course know, This guy is obviously based off of a BR Class 07 diesel shunter, and pretty unique if I do say so myself. And the way they modeled him off, he does look like one. Like, first off, we'll get to the wheels. Yeah, the wheels look very, spot on. Like, I like the way that they look and how they were completely molded, and the side rods as well. The only difference I've heard from an actual Class 07 and Salty is that, like, real Class 08 shunters, like diesel and such, that their side rods are supposed to be, like, outward, and then, the wheels would be inner, that outer crankshaft, kind of like the, '08 shunters. Yeah, so instead they have, this whole steam engine chassis thing. Okay. You know what, I could tolerate that. So, yes, aside from, oh crap, I think I've noticed that there's a few scratches here. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah. So yeah, the wheels and the side rods look very, very nice. I really like how they're made. We have, 6 step ladders on each side. One to get into his cab, obviously. One to check into, I think this is the tool compartment, I guess. And, of course, the one to, to get in and, fix the front engine right over here, check on his radiators and stuff like that. Yeah, the step ladders, I think, are uniquely positioned. I like the way that they're put. And we got, the rest of the foot plate. It's nicely flat, and, of course, we got the buffer beam on Salty. Alright. Yeah. You're obviously seeing it, yeah, the buffer beam looks very nice. Like, I like the way that it's all molded out in, yellow. And, I mean, we got, everything. Like, the sprung buffers, even though in the actual, well, here's what I have to say, like, we have sprung buffers, though I really wish they were, like I said millions of times, but sadly they're not. And I even like, how they got these little notches right under Salty's buffers, and such, like, that's pretty unique to look at. Just excuse me for a minute. Alright, so, yeah. Like, I am, glad, that, that the buffer beam is in proportion, like the sprung buffers, though I really wish they were, actually sprung. I don't know why Bachmann even does that. I think their UK range with, actual British Railway trains is, though. But I digress. Yeah. But I don't really know what these little notches are. If you can, please leave me a comment, because I'm going to be asking about a lot of parts. Alright, we even got the black coupling hook. Though, like Toby, Mavis, and, the China Clay twins, Bill and Ben, there's this really, big, well, not too big of a gaping hole, and though I really wish that the gaping hole would have been, thinner, and, like, instead it's really just big. I mean, you could still make it thin, or you know what, I don't know, and I don't really care that much for the Hornby Toby, but I think that was the case for it, or heck, you know what, I really don't know about this, but why not attach the actual coupler to the actual buffer beam? Or cowcatcher? And such. I don't really know if that's possible, but I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, it could be done. Alright, and now that we're on the subject, there's something else about the buffer beam, and pretty much about the whole model of Salty as well. And it's not a big nitpick. I really enjoy this model, though the only thing is he's just too shiny, and that's just pretty strange, because, I mean, Bachmann really, of course, we can obviously weather these engines, of course, But seriously, like, couldn't they at least just, get his buffer beam to be rusty? Because you guys remember in the show that Salty was really filthy. Of course, like, his buffer beams were rusty, and he always had, these black, like, streaks, and, from his exhausts, and, oil smudges and stuff. Yeah, so, like, he wasn't always that clean. Ah, well, he still looks really nice, though, even if he is pretty shiny. Yeah. It looks nice. We even got, this black line right under his footplate. I really don't know what this I really don't know what this is supposed to be, but if you can, please leave me a comment, especially for the notches in this thing over here. Yeah, let's just get to the back. We even got, of course, like these, like this thing right over here. Just excuse me for a minute. Yeah, I'm also going to do a little comparison between him and Mavis. Like, between him and, well, Mavis, like, this, like, the stripes over here, the hazard stripes, are, of course, really thin, but Salty's is really thick, so that's pretty understandable. And, yeah, that's one thing. But nonetheless, I actually do like, the way that the hazard stripes are patterned. Like, seriously, like, the way that they're painted and, how they're really thick and stuff. Really, really nice, I gotta say. Of course, it wouldn't be Salty without his name. Here, I'll close up on it. Oh, good, the camera, I think, is focusing. Yeah, it's focusing. Alright, so, yes, we even got, of course, his name, Salty. We, of course, printed in this nice font and painted in a nice black. God damn it. The stupid camera could just focus in on this. Alright, I think it's doing it. Okay, so, yes, I really like the way that, Salty, his name, of course, is printed, and that also goes for his number 2, 2991. I really like the way that, it's been printed on him. Like, and like I said, the fonts, I think for every engine that has, its name and logo and number and such, I really think, the fonts are done beautifully. Seriously. Bachmann really does a fantastic job at making these engines look the way they do in the show. And I gotta say, this is just spectacular. We, of course, got other details on his cab. Here's the door, and we even got the handle to open it and stuff, and we even got, like, the handrails, and, of course, the windows. I really like how, on the front and the back, we even got, on his cab, there's 3 windows each, and, of course, there's also this window right over here. I don't know if this was in the actual TV series show, because I really haven't, recognized it like a whole lot. I didn't notice. But you know what? I'm really sure it is. But then again, the windows, they're molded nicely, though I can understand why, for Mavis and Diesel, why... Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My mom. Alright, so yes, we got other really nice details, of course, like these gray handrails, and, oh yeah, I remember now, the windows, yes. Sorry, I keep losing track of what I'm about to say. Alright, I think my mom's leaving. Alright, okay, so, these windows, I think, should have been black, though, yeah, you can obviously custom paint them, though. Just never give myself the chance, though. Yeah, I'm a little worried and stuff. I never really, I'm not a big expert with modeling and stuff. And Mavis and Diesel should have at least had their windows black, but maybe just in a different shade of it. I don't know why, but that's beyond me. Stupid camera? Alright, I think I'm gonna just focus out this a little. Okay, if I could just get this to focus, I'll just take my chances. Alright, so yes, the gray, like, handrails and stuff, Like, they're painted in a really nice silver, and this goes for these pipes right over here. I'm pretty sure that these are handrails, but then again, I'm really not sure what they would be, though. I mean, maybe they could be, you know, pipes for his fuel. You know what? That's unlikely. They gotta be handrails. I'm pretty sure they're handrails. If not, then you can just correct me, and that would show what a complete dud I completely believe. I'm just joking. Alright, and everything else, like, we even got this little compartment here. I think this is where the tools are supposed to be kept. Obviously, I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think those are where the tools are and stuff. I really don't know where you dispense, like, the fuel in Salty and even Mavis. Like, Diesel and the other O8s in this show. I mean, we can obviously see where, but I don't know where you could dispense the fuel. So, yes. Like everything else, besides those little compartments over there, we even got this little door where you can open, so that way, you know, the driver can, you know, fix them up in there. And these are the vents for, and of course there's exhausts, you know, and such. And we even got these gray these gray knobs right over here. The top looks pretty nice. It's pretty straightforward. We even got his funnel. I like the way his funnel is done, and the silver that was used is, like, pretty shiny. Yeah, I sound like such a retard when I say that. And so on so, I really like how, you know, they got this really nice cone shape for it. And of course, we got these two gray, you know, horns on each side. They look very, very nice. Of course. We even got this gray, you know, like they're on each end. And we even got this black link over there. And other things, of course, are his, you know, his brim over here to make it look like he's wearing a skipper's hat. I really like the idea. Yeah, and Jay Louvier said, of course, in his Character Friday episode, where he reviews Salty, that, you know, he would have expected him to have an eye patch and maybe a pirate hat. I don't know what else he said, but hey, I mean, he is, oh, excuse me. He does, of course, have this, you know, like, brim, which is supposed to make it look like he's actually wearing a skipper's hat, so is that good enough? I'm just saying, Josh. Oh, excuse me. Well, that was embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, like, he's still got, you know, like, he's got that brim, so I guess that's good enough. Other things to talk about, like, on top of the brim, of course, instead of, you know, like, more of a hazard yellow. I didn't know why they did that. Instead, we actually got, of course, like a grayish pattern instead. So yeah, you know what? That's okay. I really don't know why they didn't do any yellow. Oh well. And oh well, now I get this camera to focus in. So yeah, but there's also, I know on this little thing here that there's like a scratch. Oh, and something else is to point out that, of course, later from season 18 onwards, Salty now has a headlamp, and that's pretty unique because I heard this is, of course, what actual Class 08s have. But of course, he doesn't have that because this was before he had it. And of course, yes, I know. The face, yes. Don't think that I've forgotten to talk about it because I was just about to. Yes, the face looks really, really nice. It's definitely, you know, that typical Salty face. And it's pretty, you know, like, it's got that whole ahoy there. I mean, ahoy there, mateys, you know, face. Like, the eyebrows are, you know, in top notch. He still has the moving eye mechanism like any Thomas model. And, of course, he's even got, you know, that buck teeth. You know, like any, well, pirate would. Oh. yeah, I like the way his buck teeth were painted, and it definitely captures his character. And we got other details like his nose is in the right. Oh, of course, we even got these little wrinkles on his forehead because, of course, he's old and stuff. Yeah, regardless, I think he's an old engine, despite the fact he's a diesel, which are new-based. Oh, well. So he's obviously old, and Mavis is young. And compared to, Mavis, like, these two would look almost alike if you put Mavis's cab in the middle. And then she'd look like a Class of 7. Like, get rid of the side rounds and stuff, and put the funnel right over here. Yeah, and then you'd have that. So, yeah, that's, Bachmann Salty's, overall looks. Now let's get to the actual testing and speed. Yeah, it's a good thing I got the tripod just in the nick of time. Alright, first we'll do, like, an outer loop test. Yeah, change of plans. We're going to do an outer loop test first, then we'll do an inner loop. Alright, here he goes. I'm not going to set him on full speed, because this is how fast he can go. Alright, let's focus in on that. Yeah, there he goes. I like the way his side rods are moving. Goddamn camera. Alright, I'm going to give him one more run. Sorry for the shaky cam, guys. Yeah, I really put him on fast. Yeah, like, he's running at 60. Alright, one more, and then I'm going to have him pulling the strain I set up for him. Let's just close out of this, and... Alright, sorry I didn't really show him that much, guys. You know what? I got a better idea. I'll just do this one more run around the layout, and you'll see him. Yeah, note I am pretty shaky, so... Here he is at full speed. Yeah, note I really don't want to wear out this model. Yeah. I really wish they had some powerful motors. I mean, I know these were for kids, but come on. Couldn't you at least just, give them really strong motors? That way they could, I don't know, last long, Bachmann? Alright. Now with that said, I'm going to switch the points. And I am going to have him pull this train I set up for him. Yeah. So I have him on 70. Just running him back. Damn thing. I really should have put this on pause now, shouldn't I? Oh well. Nobody's perfect, right? Alright, there he goes. Yeah. So far I have, of course, 2 of my salt wagons. I have the fuel tank. You don't see it because it's behind the billboard. The green and blue wagons, the flatbed, 1 of my vent fans, the milk tank, and the RF wagon, the brake fan. Yeah, alright. Enough of, being specific with the rolling stock. Let's just get on with this. Because I didn't have all my rolling stock, though. But Salty is pretty strong, I could see. Alright. I'll give him 3 runs around this layout. Not already. Shoot. Oh no, Mr. This isn't the... I don't even... Sound so out of time. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Enough for close-ups. Let's stop him right over at, of course, his good old Brendan Docks. And I think I'll stop him right by Cranky, yeah. So, yeah, Bachmann Salty for you guys. Despite everything, I still think he's a really fantastic model. I really think so. He is just amazing. Okay, he's not really that filthy like he was in the show, but who cares? He's really that good looking and all that, and he's a really good runner. He's pretty strong, yeah. So, for me fellow sea captain right over here, I will be giving Salty a fresh 10 out of 10, regardless. Yeah, because I really think that this model's really good. Yeah, so Salty definitely gets a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Like, I really did enjoy this model, and, of course, I recommend you pick him up too. Even if you weren't into the character, he would still be great to add to your layout. Like, seriously. So, yeah, this is Mike D57S signing off, and we will see you guys again next time, me hearties. Yeah. Stay tuned for more reviews, and I really hope that maybe next year in February, and I really bet it was February, because those were the last time we had announcements about, you know, Doug, Airy, Bert, and Diesel. We hadn't had any announcements about any new engines just this year, but hopefully, and I really hope, for our sakes, they could at least, you know, make a new engine. And, yes, I know I've said this way too many times, I really hope that we have Oliver. Seriously, like, we should have a model of Oliver, because, you know, he's really popular. I mean, he just came back in the show recently, so, yeah. And, yes, I think that they should make Toad along with him. I doubt there's going to be a train set, though, because we haven't had one. And I don't know if Bachmann's going to do that anymore. But, anyways, though, if they don't make Oliver, let's just hope that they do at least make another likable character. Like Boko, or Daisy, or Stepney, or even Derek, yeah, regardless of what anyone thinks, even though Derek has been in one episode, I really think that they should at least make a model of him. Yeah, which is as well as having him back in the original series. Like, they should bring Derek back to the show, seriously, and I agree with users like MallardFan62 and Enterprising Engine 93. Derek is a really underrated character who really should get the respect he deserves. Yes, and hopefully, maybe if Bachmann does make a model of him, maybe, you know, kids would really want to buy the model of him, even though his face is kind of ugly looking, I admit. But seriously, if Derek comes back, let's just hope so. Alright, so yes, Bachmann Salty, 10 out of 10, like I said. So anyways, guys, this is Mike D57S, signing off, and we'll see you guys again next time. Alright, goodbye.